to do some playwriting. I asked the students to bring some of their personal stories to the classroom, and we do some sort of monologue out of it. And this is the kind of presentation of 3 independent stories. But one with amazing playwright here. He did it, and he made these 3 stories into one, and he did a great job. So yeah, let's hear out the story. Oh, sorry. There's some music. Yeah, sure.
It is time to gather in for Uncle Ryan's story time. All right, sit on down, kids. Everyone ready for a new story this week? Yeah. This is back when I lived in Hangzhou province. My grandmother owned a very successful Sichuan food business. This was back when I was only 16. My grandmother, she was 70. One day, she told me to close up shop and to put away the stir-fry vats. Me, being an unruly 16-year-old, I refused to, and I go to play Jensen in the park. My grandmother, being a very hard-working woman, she decided to close the vats herself. My grandmother, she unfortunately slipped in the vats and died. And that taught me 2 things. 1, to always obey your elders. And 2, that stir-fried grandma smells delicious. This story is called The Redemption of Agent Xiao Han. It all started. My name is Nicholas Lee. Ever since I was a boy, I felt like I was in the wrong body. So, when I reached 30 years of age, I had a sex reassignment surgery. And through unknown means, I produced a child, Xiao Han. And but Xiao Han was like, unlike any other child, he was ugly. So, I decided to give Xiao Han to a beautiful foster family, Mary and Tommy. Yeah. Xiao Han lucked out and he received a family that was caring and loving, but they wanted to homeschool Xiao Han, and Xiao Han wanted desperately to go to school with other children. So Xiaohan, he ran away. And this story skips 15 years later, to where Xiaohan has been living on the street. He's hardened from it, and he's learned a lot of things. And one day, he meets a hobo named Ian, living in the basement of CVS. One day, the manager of CVS, Matt, he's a very, very evil man. So he finds out about Ian living in the basement, and he beats him to death with a bamboo stick. Xiaohan runs for his life, and he runs all the way to Shanghai province, where he meets a beautiful young woman named Michaela working at Wendy's. Michaela and Xiaohan are engaged. They're going to get married, but then Michaela finds out that she's diagnosed with stage 3 ovarian cancer. Xiaohan, who's so saddened by this, and he wants to find a way to fund the money for her cancer research, so he decides to steal the Mona Lisa. Xiaohan gets the painting and sells it on the black market so he can get the money to find that cancer research for Michaela. But sadly, the research doesn't help when Michaela dies. The story now skips to 10 years later, with Xiaohan wanting desperately to seek redemption. He finds a beautiful, beautiful young lass named Wenwen. Wenwen and Xiaohan get married and have 2 beautiful children, unlike their ugly father. Named Tommy and Becky. This is where the story skips to Tommy and Becky's high school years.
Alright, so at the start of summer, me and 2 of my buddies, these guys, decided to go to a basketball camp. You know, we don't want to get rusty, gotta stay sharp for the season. So we decided to go to this camp to Brown, and we get to the check-in desk at the camp, and there these bunch of huge dudes waiting in line. And we thought like, oh, alright, no big deal. They're probably play for like the Brown basketball team. They're pretty big, pretty intimidating, whatever. So we decided to we check in. We get to the gym where camp's already started. It turns out those kids who were waiting behind in line were for the camp, and everybody else was like also 6'9", really buff, really scary, really good sports, you know, in general. They divided us up into teams, and so the first game, I decided to guard this kid who was only like a little bit taller than I was like 6'6". So I was like, alright, whatever, I'll get this kid. So I'm playing defense, and he like totally crosses me up. I have the ball on the ground. He did this like sweet dunk, it was pretty embarrassing. I was like, ooh, that's embarrassing. The day finally ends, it's like 9 o'clock at night. I decided to, finally time to go to bed. So I fall asleep, and it's 7 a.m. I have to get back up, to go to the gym again, and play some more. So, in the middle of the game, we switch on a screen, and this kid who's 7'2", going, he was playing me, and he like knocked me over. I fell on the ground, and that's when everybody gathered around me. Wow, you guys are really tall. I'm not really tall.
And now, the story skips to Tommy's beautiful sister, Becky.
Played by Mary.
Played by Mary.
Yeah.
That's my sixth way.
So one time in 8th grade on my 14th birthday, my friends and I got together and we went shopping. And one of my best friends thought it would be really, really funny to tell me on my birthday that I was supposed to take a girl in the grade.
We hate you.
Love her sweater.
But I knew that that wasn't true. I knew that she was dealing with her own problems. But at the time, I didn't know it was true. And it ruined my birthday. It was the worst birthday I'd ever had. But I got through it.
And now, we'd just like to wish a very happy birthday to our own Wu Lao Shi. Junie Sheng Re.
快乐，
Junie Sheng Re.
快乐，
Junie Sheng Re.
快乐，
Junie Sheng Re.
快乐，
C.
什么？